Hi friends, I wanted to give you an update on how I'm doing. Got a little bit of good and a little bit of bad. Got a little bit of color going on in my hair, so trying to give myself a little mood booster with that. So I've been having some jaw pain right here, and a couple of weeks ago I had an ear infection, and so I went to urgent care. They said, yes, you do in fact have an ear infection, and they gave me some antibiotics. I took that over the course of 10 days, and the ear infection seemed to go away, but the pain in my jaw still remained. And I also have, if you know what white noise sounds like, it's like a hissing or a white noise sound in my ear. And I know I don't have the infection anymore, so I contacted my dentist, and he said I have what's called TMD. A lot of people call it TMJ, and TMJ, I can't pronounce the name of the joint, something pteromuscular, I don't know, joint. Anyway, Google it. But it has to do with this joint right here in your jaw. And I thought, I printed off a picture of how the anatomy of this joint is. So I'll put that in here. So on the picture, like this, what you see is in this jaw joint right here, you have this blue piece right here is highlighting your disc. So just like you have discs in between your vertebrae and every other joint, that is the disc in between your jaw joint. And these are the muscles and ligaments that attach your jaw to your skull, basically. What happens when here's kind of it's like a ball and socket joint, a lot like what you have in your shoulder or in your hip. So the jaw rotates this way when you open your jaw and you close your jaw. So it's rotating this way, and the disc is up in here. So it's rotating this way in your jaw up against the disc. So the disc is acting as a cushion. But something kind of unique about your jaw is it also extends out. So when you push your jaw forward, it also extends out. And when it does that, the cushion extends out with it. So it kind of moves as a unit like this. Sometimes the disc can actually be positioned incorrectly, and then your ball joint actually ends up rubbing over bone. Fortunately, I don't have that situation going on. So what actually is happening in my situation is on the ball joint, there's like a little, almost looks like a bone spur. And so when it's like this, the bone spur is probably rubbing on that cushion, on that joint, on that disc. And that's probably what's causing the inflammation and pain. Now, how that got started, this started after I went out of remission, and this is a joint. Any joint in your body can be affected by rheumatoid arthritis. So it's very possible that the ear infection caused inflammation in my jaw and created the tenderness and kind of created the problem with the jaw. It's possible that RA affected this and didn't have anything to do with the ear infection, who knows? It's possible that it all could be a coincidence, even though I don't think that's the case. So I started doing research on TMD, formerly known as TMJ. And some of the symptoms that you have when you have this is you have head pain. So you might have a headache, which I've had, sinus type pain. I've not really had sinus type pain, but I have a history of it. Shooting pains up the back of your head, and hair and scalp pain. And so I've had a headache that's kind of gone from the base of my head up to the top, and I just assumed that was a tension headache, and I think probably to some degree it was, but I think it's caused from the stress of this pulling. So it's inflamed and the muscles are having to be pulled, and there's also ligaments there. The ligaments could be torn, and it's not just on this side that's being affected because you have two jaw joints. So this one is also affected, trying to compensate for this side too. I don't have pain on this side, which is good, but it can affect how the muscles work in your head. It can affect your eyes, though I've had no problem with eyes. As far as mouth, it can affect your ability to chew, bite down all the way. And when I had the ear infection, I could not chew on this side. So everything was so swollen, I couldn't chew on that side. And it was very painful for me to even get my teeth to go together. So I did have that, that you get inability to open smoothly. So sometimes you can get like a popping. And when the dentist did my exam, he did a specific exam for TMD, I do have popping in both joints. So that basically means that I think that bone spur is going, and then it comes back in and goes and comes back in. Teeth grinding, clenching at night. Yes, I have that problem. I have a mouth guard, but it doesn't keep me from clenching. So it keeps me from grinding my teeth, but it doesn't keep me from clenching. Ear problems. Hissing, buzzing, or ringing in the ear. Yes, have that definitely. Ear pain, earache, but no infection. Bingo. Vertigo or dizziness I've not had, but clogged or itchy ears. So yes, I have felt like there is some itchiness there. Neck problems. Lack of mobility, stiffness, neck pain. I've had a stiff neck on this side of my head since probably the ear infection. And I just thought maybe I slept wrong. I didn't associate it with the ear infection or anything like that, but TMD. Shoulder aches, back aches, arm and finger numbness or pain. I have had numbness in my fingers, but I also have neuropathy from rheumatoid arthritis. I really have no idea what causes that numbness. So don't know if, I don't necessarily think it's the TMD, but anyway. So what I did today was went to the dentist, and he has fit me for a guard that's going to go on the bottom of my teeth. It's going to have like a cushion in the back that's going to help set my bite to where it relaxes this joint. And so when I'm clenching down, it's not pushing down as far. So I'm only going to be going like this instead of pushing all the way down. I will have to go in to see him, I think, every week for an 8-week period of time, so he can make adjustments as needed. But it is far less of a situation than I was thinking that it was going to be. When I started reading up on TMD, I thought, oh my God. But I think this is going to be a minor thing. So there's good news, I guess. So also have some positive news. I have been feeling less pain. And I want to be clear that that does not mean I have no pain or that I feel better. it means I don't feel as bad. And what I've noticed, and you can't really tell it here in the video, I don't know if you can necessarily see this or not, but I have a lot of swelling right here in between my knuckles. So you're supposed to be able to see a divot in between your knuckles, and in both of my hands, here's a little less of inflammation here, but like right here, that's pretty even across the top. So still have a lot of inflammation, still have pain all over my body, hands, wrists, knees, ankles, feet, not necessarily in hips or anything like that, but I've also started having some tenderness in my elbows, but it's less pain than what I had been having shortly after I came out of remission. So I think, I'm going to hope that I'm not jinxing it, but I think that the Rituxan infusion is beginning to work. And I emailed my rheumatologist today and said that out loud and put it out in the universe. And if I could cross my fingers, I would. So we're just going to do this. But hopefully it's working. I had three main medications that I was taking. I had a medication called Rituxan, which is the infusion. It's a chemotherapy drug. All three of the medications that I take are cancer drugs. Two of them are for sure. The Rituxan is a cancer drug. It played a big part. Methotrexate is a cancer drug, and it's a pill that I take. I take 8 pills of it actually every week. And then Areva is a third medication that I was taking. All three of these medications are designed to change how your body reacts or to the disease. So the three together work at a cellular level. It's not something that's just superficial, and it takes weeks and sometimes months for these drugs to actually get to that cellular level, turn off whatever trigger it is that is making my body go bananas, and then give my body time to respond by settling back down. So I'm 5 weeks out from my first infusion, which was on May 21st. And this would be the soonest that I could possibly see any signs of progress, any signs of relief. It may be, and I was talking to a friend today, and it may be a case because I'm on these other 2 medications. I've maintained those 2 other medications through this whole time period of coming out of remission, that these 2 have kind of held me together enough that the Rituxan has the ability to take effect a little bit more quickly, or that I noticed that it's taking effect a little bit more quickly. I'm not sure which one. So keep your fingers crossed that that is the case. Bill noticed, my husband noticed, that I've been able to do more things around the house, and I don't think that I really noticed that. Like, I don't, doing laundry or things that I would be doing with my hands, rinsing off dishes and things like that. So I've been doing more of that, and he noticed it, and until he mentioned that, I hadn't really noticed that I had been doing more of those things. So that's a very positive development. Positive if you like doing laundry and, you know, rinsing dishes. But anyway, so that is my news. I am still trying to overcome fear of being out in public and being exposed to the COVID virus, and I'm still working on that, but I'm getting better. I'm not ready to go to any, you know, 4th of July gatherings or anything like that, but I'm definitely trying to get better about that. So keep pulling for me, keep praying for me if that's your gig, positive thoughts if that's your gig. I am still very much in the very beginning stages, if there's any relief coming, still very much in that. So the majority of my day is in some kind of pain somewhere, and really the only break that I'm still getting from pain is when I'm asleep. So, but it's a fraction less, so I'm grateful for that. So I will keep you posted as things move along, and take care, everybody. Bye.